Should I or shouldn't I reset my Darwinex ZERO account? What's the cost? In what cases would it be advisable to do so? What are the advantages or disadvantages of choosing one alternative over the other? What outcomes should I anticipate for both scenarios? Some of you have privately inquired about this. Therefore, as is customary, please do not consider this a recommendation. However, I will share my perspective and opinion regarding it. If you're interested, stay. Disclaimer. And we begin. First, let's examine the objective factors of the situation. Once we have our Darwinex ZERO account, we will always have the option to cancel our subscription to open a new account. In this case, we would lose the first account, logically. Alternatively, we can reset it for €65. For both options, all we need to do is to access our Darwinex ZERO account from the left side menu, click on Settings and Subscription. Scrolling down, we will find the option to cancel subscription on the right and reset account on the left. The only difference between cancelling to open a new one or resetting would be only and exclusively €10 less that we would be paying for the procedure, as long as, naturally, you utilize the €20 discount when signing up for Darwinex ZERO, which, incidentally, I'll leave for you down here in the description of this video and in the pinned comment. In this second case, our track record and risk management engine would reset, as well as the 4 letters of our Darwin Z, nothing more. However, as I mentioned, that €10 difference holds no significance for me when deciding. Darwinex ZERO has consistently advised against resetting the account for several reasons we'll discuss later, but I have to admit that I don't fully concur. There can be cases where it might be interesting to do so, and today we're going to look at them in this video. Is it advisable to reset our account? Well, it depends, like everything. First, we should ask ourselves, how long have we been trading with Darwinex ZERO? What historical return have we been achieving so far? What is the accumulated drawdown over the past 6 months of operation? How did the drawdown happen? Fast or slow? Why did our strategy falter? Did we face adverse market conditions? Was it a technical issue? Or emotional? As you can see, many questions need answering before we can determine if resetting our account is truly worthwhile. So, in my view, first, we need to conduct an exercise in introspection and self-criticism, attempting to analyze the various reasons why our Darwin isn't performing up to our expectations. One of the key factors to consider would be the duration and speed at which the drawdown occurred. For instance, if the decline in our returns is rapid and sudden, say, within a single month, I personally would not reset the account. Losses are an inherent part of trading, and we must accept them. The market might have become range-bound, causing our strategy to struggle in such conditions, but this does not imply it has ceased to function, and consequently, it's a good time to persevere stoically, decrease exposure, and risk and wait for better market conditions. Also, as you know, in Darwinex ZERO, drawdown is the least important factor for the rating, which we already explained in depth in this video that I'm leaving for you up here. After that month, you can start in the green again, from scratch, and still get seed capital allocation, despite not having performed well in the preceding month. Nevertheless, the strategy might have been failing over an extended period, perhaps 4 or 5 months, in different market scenarios or cycles. In this case, we'd need to analyze what to improve in the strategy and try to optimize it or change it completely, and try something different. Regardless, numerous factors must be taken into account when making this decision. But during the time between detecting a flaw in the strategy and deciding whether to modify it or not, it's guaranteed that the risk management engine will keep operating, filtering the risk taken in our virtual trading account, and replicating our signals on the Darwin. And this frequently, though not invariably, means a decrease in our multiplier, as by being in continuous decline we are assuming more risk than is appropriate. Having reached this point and after studying the behavior of the risk engine with respect to our strategy, it's possible we've discovered how to stabilize the multiplier, enabling our strategy to work harmoniously and stably with it. But it has decreased too much. In this situation, I would reset the account to begin anew with the same strategy, having already adapted it to the risk management engine and to maximize returns with a multiplier that is better adjusted, and with which we feel more comfortable. This, in my opinion, is the fundamental key to achieving better results within Darwinex ZERO, and I will elaborate on this in the future, because my perspective on this is frequently misunderstood, but that topic warrants a separate video, which I will surely leave for you here in a few days. For now, let's look at the pros and cons of resetting or not resetting our trading account. This matter may appear disadvantageous initially, but its utility can be significant depending on the perspective. Beginning anew is always challenging, particularly after accumulating many months of trading. It might seem like a regression, although, as I mentioned, if you have learned and corrected technical and emotional errors that may have arisen initially, it will surely have a direct positive impact on your trading. Even if your strategy is profitable, it's possible that at some point you've overtraded or become overleveraged. This is likely why your multiplier has suffered and decreased considerably. In this case, resetting your account would give you the option to start with that same strategy, but already adapted to the risk management engine, to obtain from the start an adequate and comfortable VAR ratio for your trading. Furthermore, if your system is well measured and back-tested, it may be the case that you are aware that you have started trading in a bad market cycle. Beginning a track record with positive results is always a psychological boost that can greatly aid in proceeding with more confidence in the short term. Before continuing, as always, I remind you that you can subscribe to the channel, if you are not already. Give it a like, and turn on the notification bell for a better chance of securing an allocation this month. If in your case you know your strategy well and have taken care to measure it properly, but eventually your multiplier has decreased due to pure human error by overleveraging or overtrading, maintaining the account open and attempting to raise the multiplier will require approximately 30 to 45 slow and gradual trading days. The returns on your Darwin, regardless of your trading account's success, will probably be scarce. So operating without obtaining almost any valid results for our participation in Darwin and silver could become quite difficult. Overcoming a strong drawdown and having it recorded is always added value to your Darwin index. If you keep trading and manage to improve the profitability curve just as you were before, meaning without shortcuts or risky casino-like trades involving overleveraging, it will represent a highly appealing factor for prospective investors. In the future, they could take it as an attractive data point to consider for earning your trust in your performance as a manager. However, ultimately, I recognize that there's a significant gap between saying and doing. My only aim is to offer perspective on this issue, and I assure you that this final option is quite potent. In any case, whatever you decide, if you have studied and thought it through carefully, it will be a well-made decision. And if you have already faced this decision, whether you have or not, I'd like to read your comments. Tell me. I bid farewell. See you in the next one.